As a child, my favorite part of Halloween was the pumpkin carving. At first, my brother and I would just watch our dad do it, since we were too young to play with knives. But as we got older, we were allowed to make our own. I was much better at it than my brother. He didn't seem to mind. He wasn't too the artistry as of it as much as I was. I loved it so much that our dad would take me back to the pumpkin fields every few days or so I could continue creating my masterpieces. Everyone loved my pumpkins. The neighbors would always say how talented I was to craft such expressive faces. My dad started calling me his little Carver. I even started carving pumpkins for people in the neighborhood. Pretty soon, everyone had one of my famous pumpkins on their front step. I remember my dad bringing me one of the neighbors that I could possibly carve a pumpkin in my sleep. The Halloween after I turned 12, I got the most candy out of the previous year. People gave me extra as a way of saying thank you for the pumpkins. There was so much that I could give some to my little brother, which I normally wouldn't do. He gave me a big hug and said that he loved me, so I smacked him and called him an idiot. We ate so much candy that we went to bed with stomach aches. That night, I had a dream I went to the pumpkin fields alone. It was dark, and all I could see was my every direction were pumpkins of all shapes and sizes. I strolled through the rows, searching the perfect one. A voice from behind me said, "Pick me." So I turned around to see a huge, magnificent pumpkin. It was almost as big as I was. It looked ripe enough for carving. A knife appeared in my hand and I went to work, stabbing and slicing the inspiration look with it. When I was finished, it was the greatest creation of my life. Brimming with pride, I took a step back and admired my achievement with a satisfied smile. The next morning, they rushed my brother to the hospital, but it was too late. Well, my pretties, that was Little Carver, a Halloween creepypasta written by Umbrello. My final thoughts on this story. I actually really thought this was a pretty good Halloween creepypasta. Like, I know there is like a couple narrations of it. Like, I know there's a couple of them. And I gotta say, it's a really well-made story. Especially with the fact that this is about, a guy, carving pumpkins, thinking it's his thing. When all of a sudden, whatever goes on next, it involved, the brother going to the hospital. But here's before I get to the big issue is near the ending, I'm going to go with the beginning. Well, I can say it looks pretty, it's a pretty good story, and it does have a really good inspiration. It does play a pretty good part when it came to this. And I definitely got to say, I really do thought this story was pretty good in terms of, the story and on how good it was. But the one thing I could definitely say was the grammar was good, although I did spot maybe a few grammatical errors and there might have been one or two punctuation errors. But despite that, and despite it being short, I still found this story to be pretty good. So with that being the case and that being said, the ending, which involves just the brother going to the hospital, but it was too late. Like, the biggest issue with the ending is the fact that there's no explanation really on, why the brother go to the hospital, what caused them to, go to the hospital. I'm assuming he died of something, like could he be poisoned because of the candy he didn't check? Could he have, I don't know, been murdered in his sleep or something? I don't really know. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I can say. But I mean, the unknown is pretty much maybe one of the things the author wants to put, just to make it, say that, there's nothing scary but the unknown. But I would like it if there was maybe an explanation on what happened with the brother or something. Because if that were the case, that would probably be a better conclusion. But it would definitely at least make a little more sense. In a way, yes, I mean, it would have been, sitting there and, doing that. Because that would honestly be a really understandable reason of why the brother died, but I could definitely say that actually would be a little bit more of a better conclusion, per se. That's just me, though, but yeah, you guys probably get the picture of that. So, anyways, I guess with that being said, and with that being the case, um, other than that, the ending, just wasn't really satisfying. But the grammar was good, as well as the sentence structuring, the storyline. It's pretty good. I know the grammar could be fixed up, a bit here and there, but other than that, it's still a really good story. It is readable, and I gotta say, Umbrello, you did an awesome job with this story. This was fantastic. I enjoyed narrating this one. This one was definitely a pretty good one. So, anyways, with that being the case, that being said, I'm going to sit here and just say that this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating is definitely I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Given a 9.5 out of 10, because of the fact that the ending wasn't really that satisfying, it doesn't really explain much about what happened to the younger brother. But all I can say is you can make up theories, and maybe if the author manages to come across the video, maybe he or she, they, them, could maybe explain a bit better in the comments below. But yeah. Anyways, despite that, I still found this one to be a really good, enjoyable Halloween creepypasta. Now, anyways, with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to any uploads. That way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.